underway in the LI 400 at Nashville Superspeedway. Hamlin's going to be clear down into turns 1 and 2, and Kyle Larson is actually going to get around Logano, or at least to the inside of him for second place in the first corner. Larson will be clear with a slide job off the exit of turn 2, and Logano did not take off well in the outside lane, and he'll fall back to third, right in front of Daniel Suarez in the 99. Suarez with a little bit of a momentum surge off of turn 4 might have a shot to get around Logano on the front stretch. He'll look to the inside for third. Logano with a block to hold on. Lap 1 will be led by pole sitter Denny Hamlin, who is looking for his third win of the season today. Caution's out. Bowman's around and in the wall. Big hit for the 48. Driver's side door first. Flames out of the exhaust on the left side. He's going to get back to rolling, but something is broken on that race car. What a terrible set of laps that was for Hendrick Motorsports. And the right front tire has blown on the 48 car and has thrown heavy damage now on the right front fender. Debris is shedding all over the backstretch as Bowman's trying to limp his car to pit road. It was Martin Truex Jr. who was on the outside. It was a Joe Gibbs Racing sandwich, and Hendrick Motorsports was the meat. 4 wide off turn 4. Led to contact between Elliott and Byron, causing Byron to be slow. Elliott's going to drive on. He'll be fine. Well, Byron had an issue. And then about a half a lap later, Alex Bowman ended up getting turned into the outside wall. He might have lost it on his own. I'm not entirely sure what happened there. It didn't look like there was contact. The next closest car behind Bowman was the 7 of Corey LaJoie, but never mind. I guess they did have contact at another angle. It looked like the 7 car got in the back of the 48 in the middle of turns 1 and 2, and that turned Bowman around, driver's side door first into the wall. Pretty good damage around the left rear, but he blew the right front in the process of the spin after locking it down and ended up shearing the right front fender off the 48 car as a result of the flat right front tire. Good launch for Kevin Harvick behind the 11 of Denny Hamlin as well, so pull up alongside the 99 of Suarez. Hamlin easily clearing the turns 1 and 2 on the 99. Truex had a great launch to the outside into the corner on Ryan Blaney and Kyle Larson, and he's picking his spot up to 4th, and now is also going to get around Harvick on the backstretch for 3rd. What a restart for Truex. On the outside lane is Martin Truex Jr., and he has a great head of steam. Again, more contact between Hendrick cars of Larson and Elliott off of turn 4. 3 wide with Christopher Bell on the inside of him. HMS cars can't stay off of each other on the restarts, and Chase Elliott's been around both of those issues. Martin Truex Jr. taking away second place from Suarez off of turn 2, but in 3 and 4, Suarez back to the bottom to try and cross Truex over, and they're side by side back to the front stretch. Alex Bowman will have DNF from this race as he has failed to meet minimum speed following the damage clock policy protocol following his accident bringing out the last caution. In the back of the pack, 2 cars involved. Ty Dillon and Chase Briscoe have gone around and into the outside wall. Heavy damage on the 42 of Dillon's race car. I think he got the worst of it, but the 14 obviously with damage as well and kind of pinned with nowhere to go with the angling of the cars until Dillon pulls out of the way, which he now does. Car length and a half is the separation between the 19 and the 11 as they roll into turns 1 and 2. Truex to the middle groove again. Hamlin to the bottom. Does he have a shot to get to the inside of Truex this time? No. Back in line behind him, trying to get as much draft as possible on the back straightaway. Hamlin's pushing hard. How hard will he push it into turns 3 and 4? He'll go to the bottom. Truex will give him that run down on the inside. Off of turn 4. This time, is Truex going to be clear? Yes, he is. Hamlin is right on his back bumper as they get to the stripe. Martin Truex Jr. will win Stage 1 in the LI 400 at Nashville. Denny Hamlin right behind him in second. Third place will be Ryan Blaney, Christopher Bell fourth, and Kevin Harvick will round out the top 5. Flag back in the air. Truex elected the outside lane. Ryan Blaney was on the inside of road number 1. They're side by side all the way through turns 1 and 2. Neither car had a great push, pretty even with each other initially on the restart. Blaney trying to fight for his first lap led on the day, down low, an aggressive side draft on the backstretch. Kyle Busch in third, Denny Hamlin in fourth right behind. Blaney the lone Ford inside the top 5. Well, never mind, Kevin Harvick's up to 5th after that restart. Ross Chastain, who is recovering from an earlier pit road incident, penalty at that, is back inside the top 10 as he's side-by-side for 6th with Christopher Bell. Still side-by-side for the lead, though, between Ryan Blaney and Martin Truex Jr. Neither one could clear each other. Truex almost cleared Blaney that last time off turn 2, but Blaney was able to side draft him just enough. The battle for track position is ever so important. Chastain trying to crowd Bell off the exit of turn 4 towards the outside. Aggressive side draft on the front stretch now from Blaney as he sends it into 1 and 2. Slide job incoming. Up the track goes the 12. He's not going to clear the 19. They almost get together off turn 2. And here comes Hamlin. 3 wide to the inside for the lead. Goes the 11. 3 wide into turn 3. Hamlin's going to try to send it in on both Blaney and Truex. He is not going to be clear of both. He does clear Blaney. Truex is still on the outside of him, and they're still side-by-side for the lead, but now it's the 11 and the 19 rather than the 12 and the 19. What a move by Hamlin. Didn't quite complete the pass on both of them, but he got ahead of the 12 of Blaney, who might have gotten out of the gas to keep everybody from wrecking as it was really tight off turn 4 a lap ago. And now the 11 and the 19 are side-by-side, trying to find a way to get to the lead as Hamlin. He sends it in. Big slide job through 3 and 4. He's out of the gas off turn 4, and here comes Truex with great momentum. A crossover, contact behind those two as Busch and Blaney run side-by-side for 3rd. Blaney tried to throw a block on the 18 and almost turned himself on the front stretch. 5 cars under a blanket battling for the lead. Truex and Hamlin side by side with now Hamlin on the outside, Truex on the bottom. Kyle Busch has cleared Blaney off turn 2 for 3rd. Harvick going underneath Blaney for 4th into 3. This is unbelievable. A roulette of cars that are battling for the lead consistently. And they are using their tires up quite a bit right now, knowing that it is going to be a long green flag stretch to the end if we don't get another caution in this stage. Hamlin, Truex still side-by-side for the lead. Truex has been side-by-side with at least one car every lap since the restart, and we are 6 laps in now. This is unbelievable. Kyle Busch in the 18 car is right behind both of them, just waiting for him to maybe slow each other up enough that he can potentially make a move. He is about 2 car lengths behind the 11 and the 19 into turn 1 this time. Blaney has fallen back to 5th, but still within 9/10 of a second of the lead. The top 2 slowing each other up, consistently side drafting each other on the straightaways and just consistently running side by side in the corners. Hamlin going to squeeze the 19 just a little bit more than he did the last lap. Kyle Busch a lane higher than the 11 on the outside, and Hamlin will finally clear Martin Truex Jr. Denny Hamlin gets a great launch on the outside, but not as good enough to be able to clear the 19 of Truex, who side drafts him in his way through turns 1 and 2. Hamlin going to hold the 19 car down tightly, 3 and nearly 4 wide further back in the pack as they exit the corner. And down the back straightaway, they still stay filed and fanned out as the faster cars on fresher tires trying to get by the drivers on older tires just in front of them. Still side-by-side for the lead through turns 3 and 4 with Truex on the bottom and Denny Hamlin on the outside, side-by-side behind them for 3rd between Blaney and Kyle Busch, with Blaney down low and Kyle Busch above him on the outside. McDowell got to 5th, clearing the 45 of Kurt Busch that last lap, has nowhere to go with the 18 and the 12 side-by-side in front of him, and that may allow Kurt Busch to get underneath the 34 of McDowell, and it does. 2 by 2 is the field through the top 6. Logano's the first single-file car back in 7th, right ahead of Chastain. But Chastain is the first driver on fresher tires right now, working his way into the top 10 and desperately trying to get around the 22 of Logano. Truex will lead that lap at the line, but still side-by-side for the lead. Kyle Busch off turn 4 was able to clear the 12 of Ryan Blaney. He's closing in on his 2 JGR teammates. Surprised with the rubber rush off the racetrack with the heavy rains that Hamlin is still able to hold on the outside as much as he was. He is going to be able to clear him off of turn 2, and finally Hamlin is back in the lead. Martin Truex Jr. is comfortably ahead of Denny Hamlin into the final corner of stage number 2. And just like stage 1, it'll be Martin Truex Jr. getting the stage win, and it'll be his 5th stage win of the season. With Kyle Busch inside of row 1, and Truex selecting the outside lane for the restart as the leader. You're going to fan out 3 wide towards the back half of the top 10, but mostly double wide into turn 1, at least through the top 10. Side by side between Truex and Busch. Chastain did not launch off well on the inside of row 2, and he is going to lose a spot to Elliott on the outside. 3 wide between Kurt Busch and Harvick, sandwiching Chastain in the middle lane going into turn 3. Still 3 wide between the 1, 45, and the 4. And still side by side at the front of the field for the lead. 3 by 3 now back in traffic. Logano battling to the inside of the 11 of Denny Hamlin, as well as Larson outside of him. Near contact between Harvick and Chastain as they enter towards turn 1. They will clear Kurt Busch, who was the car on the bottom, and Chastain will also clear Harvick off the exit of turn 2 back to the outside, solidify himself in the 4th place position. Kyle Busch down low with a slide job move, trying to get his first lead of the race on the 19 of Truex as he works his way up the racetrack. He is clear off turn 4. Rowdy Nation on their feet at the Nashville Superspeedway, and Kyle Busch will lead for the first time all night long. Sideways, and he's in the wall off turn 4 as he loses control back down the track, nearly clipping his teammate Austin Cindric in the 2. A slide through the grass for the 12 after he had lost control off turn 4, and cautions out for the 8th time tonight. Busch on the outside of row 1, Truex on the inside of row number 1, Harvick on the inside row 2, Chastain on the outside row 2. Cars fanning out again, 3 and nearly 4 wide in the middle of turns 1 and 2. Almost contact between McDowell and Hamlin. One car backed out of the gas to keep from wrecking, and I think that might have been the 99 of Suarez. Joey Logano now to the inside of the 34 and the 11. 3 wide for the lead, though, at the front of the field. Ross Chastain to the outside. Kyle Busch really fell back somewhere. This is actually a battle for second. Kyle Busch pulled away, and he has about a full second lead as it's 3 wide for second with Truex in the middle, Harvick on the inside, and Ross Chastain on the outside. The 19 and the 1 holding each other tightly up high, while the 4 of Harvick is staying down low with the side drafting of the 2 cars going on above him. Busch is already a second and a half ahead of the field as he was able to quickly clear into turns 1 and 2 and drive away from all the action going on behind him. Safe place for Busch to be. LaJoie got loose off turn 4 back in the pack, and now he's 3 wide middle as well in the back half of the top 10 with Harrison Burton underneath him, as well as Daniel Suarez to his outside. 3 wide for about a full lap and a half, and now finally it's side by side, at least between the 4 and the 19, as Chastain will be back in line behind these two. By side for the race lead at Nashville with 55 to go. Chase Elliott is clear of Kyle Busch, and he will take his first lead of the race, and that is the first green flag lap led by a Chevrolet today, and only the second green flag lap led by a non-GGR Toyota today. We got trouble somewhere on the racetrack. Junior has just mentioned it's Chris Buescher. Oh, Moltz gets clipped. There's a tire off on the racetrack. That's going to bring out a yellow. Caution in the middle of green flag pit stops. The right rear tire has come off of the 17 car of Chris Buescher. He is down on a rim. The tire is rolling on the front stretch. Green flag back in the air. Row 4 is where Kurt Busch and Logano are, the cars that just hit pit road. They're going to have just a little bit fresher tires than those in front of them. Oh, Harvick gets out of the gas, stacks up Logano on the outside lane, who's going to get passed by Kurt Busch in the 45. One car down low is the 6 of Brad Keselowski. He'll shoot himself into 5th place. Chastain going to try to cross him over. Keselowski with a block going down towards turn 3 as he squeezes the one of Chastain. Can't stay in front of him. Side by side for the lead between Chase Elliott and Kyle Busch as they nearly touch off turn 4. 38 laps to go at the line. Elliott will lead that lap by inches on the inside with Kyle Busch up high. Side by side for third as well behind him between the JGR Toyotas of Hamlin and Truex, with Hamlin on the bottom near the yellow line and Truex up near the wall on the outside. Chase Elliott clears Kyle Busch off turn 2 as he leads the 3 Joe Gibbs Toyotas behind him. Green flag is back in the air. Good push on the bottom from Larson to the back of the 45 of Kurt Busch. Blaney was not there in the 9 of Elliott. He looks to go to the outside. Elliott thought about throwing a block 3 wide and tight a little bit further back. Logano had to get out of the gas, stacking the field up behind him. Elliott is clear off turn 2 on Kurt Busch in the 45. Trying to drive away now. A lot of blocking going on at the back of the pack. 3 wide and tight into turn 3 again. Racing for position, contact. One car is around into the wall. Cole Custer and Keselowski get tagged. Is that going to bring out a caution or will they stay green? The 6 car has maybe an issue of some sort. He's very slow. They're going to try to keep it green from now. No caution. 3 car lengths is the advantage between Elliott and Kurt Busch. Blaney another 2 car lengths behind Busch in 3rd. Larson 4th and Cindric is 5th. The 6 car has an issue. He is trying to make it back to pit road. He is on the front stretch heading towards turn 1 right now, and he is smoking. 2 laps to go. You can tell NASCAR's really trying to keep this green right now. The 6 car is down on the apron in turns 1 and 2 on that excess pavement. He's out of the way, but he can't stall out on the back straightaway. Into turns 3 and 4 for the second to last time. Kurt Busch to the middle to upper groove. He is charging hard. He wants a shot to catch Elliott. He also wants his second win of the season, but he lost ground through 3 and 4. White flag in the air. 1 lap to go, sponsored by Credit One Bank. Chase Elliott has about a 5 to 6 car length gap over Busch into turns 1 and 2. First he was battling Kyle Busch. After the caution, now he's battling Kurt Busch. Keselowski still slow on the backstretch. He is down to the grass. They probably should throw the caution. It's already on the final lap, but they should throw the yellow for the 6. They did not. They're going to end this thing under green. And the checkered flag is in the air. Chase Elliott is going to win at Nashville. Kurt Busch is going to finish second. Ryan Blaney third. Larson fourth. And Ross Chastain is going to round out the top 5.